Hi there, my name is Fractured PJ, and it's time now that you'll journey together with Stale Bread and me through pre-hard mode shops only Terraria, where Gros Michel and Flaws must survive in a world where NPCs become our overlords. There are 3 rules I want to go over before the documentary begins. The first one being, weapons and armor can only be bought from NPC shops. Second, utility items like pickaxes and accessories may be used at any time. And third, Gros Michel may use the paintball gun, although it's not technically allowed in the rules, we're letting it slide because he likes the weapon. Now, I hope you enjoy the documentary. As the sun peaks up over the horizon, we find Flaws and Gros Michel beginning their Terraria playthrough. Both players have individual tasks they must complete. Flaws has delegated himself to finding resources and exploring underground, while Michel builds homes. With the arrival of a friendly merchant, the Terrarians can purchase their first weapon, the humble sickle, a reprieve from the bloodthirsty enemies of their world. The pair soon begin back to their tasks, with Flaws finding a minecart track and picking up some iron and tungsten. Oh my gosh! Flaws and Michel travel back to the corruption once again, determined to break the orb that locks away their guns. As Flaws dies and Michel is nearly able to break the orb, a nasty surprise awaits him. Despite this, both carry on, with Flaws exploring the underground world once again. A small amount of fortune now takes a physical form in that of the shoe spikes, an unremarkable and necessary item for Flaws' underground expedition. Flaws finds himself, yet again, falling into the same corrupted caverns. It is a bold decision, not however a wise one. With the near completion of the shelter, Flaws and Michel retreat for a time from their tasks, allowing for a phase of rest. Flaws finds himself, once again, swarmed by vulturous enemies. This time, however, he manages to break the Shadow Orb. A modest success in a world that offers few victories. As if drawn by instinct, the Terrarian, yet again, ventures into the cavernous depths to find the treasures of this world. Finding neither treasure nor fortune in this dead man's chest, Flaws secures a sweater and an unusable chain, both of which are promptly disposed of. As exploration continues, Flaws finds a multitude of ores and gemstones underground. The life crystal is an invaluable item for both Michelle and Flaws, so long as the pair cooperate in their distribution. Soon after Flaws surfaces, the sky opens up, revealing the secret within: money. As coins fall from the sky, Michelle and Flaws begin to watch as their financial burdens are lifted. With very few available weapons, there always comes a desperation that is quelled through the arrival of the traveling merchant. He sells quite a few unique items, including the katana, the Code 1, the Grey Zapnator, and finally, the revolver, which he happens to be carrying as Flaws finds him. Flaws purchases a revolver for added protection against the world around him. Into the world comes a man who sells an odd assortment of ranged weapons, offering the very foundation for pre-hard mode, the mini shark. The world prepares yet another test for our adventurers. As the sky becomes dark, the moon begins to glow with an unnatural crimson sheen. Monsters quickly surround Flaws and Michelle as the blood moon begins. Finding the strange man of bones is a turn of fortune for the two adventurers, selling many items that could help, especially some for yo-yos in the future of the run, including the Code C and Gradient. These two weapons are some of the few that may be bought in early hard mode. Soon after finding the skeleton merchant, Flaws opens a golden chest to find the Band of Regeneration, an utterly mediocre accessory, but in a world based around them, it becomes a necessity. Flaws and Michelle feel confident enough to challenge their first boss in the playthrough, the King Slime. A gelatinous mass created simply to kill. Without intelligence or grace, the mass rushes towards the pair, and they know it must be exterminated. As the remains of the beast lay around the Terrarians, they feel an air of discomfort rather than triumph. Later that night, both are unable to sleep, feeling they must finish what they have begun. The monstrous eye, with its gargantuan figure, begins to circle the Terrarians. They begin to fire down on the eye, hoping in desperation that their fire will be enough to subdue the beast. As flesh peels from their massive foe, Flaws and Michelle know fear in the form of jagged, rotted teeth. Their pause is short as goblins invade the next morning. Flaws and Michelle must defend their home from these crude invaders. Finally, as the world finds a moment of reprieve, Flaws takes a moment to defecate on Michelle's mushroom apartments. Perfect. Renovation successful. Check it out. It's just a
you better place those walls back there.
The pair stumble upon a bound man in the caverns who sells them the ability to fly. He also sells his workshop to the Terrarians, allowing them to combine accessories. Flaws later finds why it's always best to secure trapped chests before peeking inside. A magic mirror is soon found, an object that will allow Flaws to teleport home. Hermes boots are elusive in this Terrarian world. Both Flaws and Michelle go searching for this treasured item.
Alright,
I got a stat. As Flaws teleports to Michelle's cavern housing, he finds an unsavory misspelling. Sweet. What does this say? After many hours of searching, Flaws finds the first pair of boots. The flurry boots, which are in the underground depths of ice and snow. Flaws takes to the sky with his newfound ability of gravity manipulation, finding many floating islands with valuable treasures inside. The most important, however, is the shining red balloon, which allows Flaws to jump abnormally high. Stumbling upon the shimmer would be a blessing for the Terrarians if it hadn't been completely forgotten about the moment after finding it. Flaws and Michelle find themselves back in the corruption. This time, however, the breaking of the glowing orbs is a more somber event to summon the beast of the corruption, the Eater of Worlds. As the enraged worm spits continuously in the Terrarian's direction, they find themselves slightly overwhelmed due to a lack of properly suited weapons for the boss, and yet they continue to fight. Flaws finds a man on the roof. Though he appears to be little more than a drunken fool, after talking to the man, Flaws finds that he sells weapons. Flaws purchases the ballista rod, while Michelle purchases the flame burst rod. Both can be used for the upcoming Oval's Army event, which must be defeated many times in pre-hard mode to ensure that armor in hard mode may be purchased. Like anything that has precision in it. Oh my. Michelle is unable to keep his paintball gun contained. This negligence awakens the beast of the jungle, Queen Bee. As the grotesque beast flies across the screen, Michelle and Flaws struggle to keep track of her with their weapons. the pair manages to take down the jungle monarch. Soon after, renovations start on the old man's home, the dungeon. As the Terrarians tear into the bricks, both know they must liberate the old man from his curse come nighttime. As the old man is torn to pieces and Skeletron emerges from his body, a sense of confidence, if only for a moment, enters the Terrarians. Although this amalgamated beast has cursed the guardian of the dungeon for years, they know they can defeat it. As the persistent rounds hit Skeletron's hands, they fall apart, and the large skull begins to shoot projectiles towards the Terrarians. After Skeletron's defeat, the pair takes some time to build, creating a home for both the Clothier and the Witch Doctor. This strange doctor sells the blowgun, an underappreciated ranged weapon that fires seeds or darts. Claws collects this weapon and utilizes its abilities on occasion. As the two build together, Gary the Turtle quickly takes form as both create their masterpiece. A trip to the snow biome quickly turns deadly as the adventurers spawn in Deerclops. As the antlered amalgamation screams, the pair begin to rain down bullets and darts into the boss.
Fucking shield. You just threw ice chunks at me.
Yeah, that's one of the attacks that he gets lower. Dang it!
Oh, let it go! Attack me out, baby!
After Deerclops is handily dealt with, preparations begin for the final stage of pre-hard mode, and the start of a bridge begins to form in the underworld. Because of the underworld's difficult nature, Flaws begins to fish in the jungle, attempting to calm his surroundings with potions. As the guide is brutally dismembered, the fight begins with the large flesh wall. The two Terrarians must keep their composure during the battle, or else they will surely die. As the fight comes to a close, the Terrarians revel in their victory. For now. In a way, this victory represents something more. An analogy between the economies of the world and... Okay, enough of that. This video took a super long time to make, and it would mean a lot if you liked and subscribed. Also, check out Stalebread's video, please. It's an entirely different perspective from my run. I'll have his channel linked down below. And part 2 will be out soon. Thanks for watching.